was 16, so I wanted to take driver's ed. You know, everybody in my class was going to take driver's ed. I wanted to take driver's ed. So to get your driver's license, you need a social security number. First day of class, they have you fill out the sheet so that you can get your permit, and then you can get your license at the end, and you have to fill out your social security number. So I took it home, and I was like, Mom, what's my social security number? She's like, you don't have one. I was like, what do you mean I don't have one? So how am I gonna get my license? She's like, you're not going to. You can't get a license. And I still didn't really get it. But then, you know, I started talking to people from school, and they're like, you're a wetback.
Bye. So I'm a Capricorn, very type A. When I was growing up, I loved office supplies. For one of my birthdays, I asked for Office Max gift cards. No joke. I work for the mayor. A lot of my time is taken up with work. I work full-time for him.
Thank you.
And then the other part of the time, I'm a mom to Louisa and a wife to Jose. And that pretty much takes up my entire life, work and being a mom and wife.
I'm a small business owner here in Rockford. I own Granite Territory Stonecrafters. We specialize in creating custom countertops out of all types of natural stone. So Granite Territory was actually owned by my dad, and 3 years ago, he thought it was time to retire, and he asked me if I wanted to take over. So that's where I'm at. I took over Granite Territory. My family immigrated to Rockford when I was 2 years old. So I don't really have much knowledge of it. And I was 2. I was still a baby, so I didn't know what was going on. My earliest memories are living in Rockford. When I told everybody that I was undocumented, because I made a post on Facebook, you know, I got a lot of people asking me questions like, wait, you're undocumented, but you're married to a United States citizen. That doesn't change anything. Just because you're married to a United States citizen doesn't make you automatically a citizen. We have a blog called Love, Hope, and Borders. We started the blog to stop the misconceptions and misunderstandings that people have for undocumented immigrants in our situation.
Giving myself a little bit of credit here. I don't think that Jose would be where he is in the immigration journey if it weren't for me. Maybe I shouldn't take all that credit. Maybe I shouldn't take all that credit, but I take a big chunk of it because I was the one who pushed him to get DACA.
DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, is actually a temporary protection status for undocumented immigrants that are in my situation. Usually they call us dreamers, people that were here through no fault of their own as children. And if they meet certain requirements, they're able to apply for DACA. We applied for DACA, and that completely changed everything because I was able to get a legal work permit, and I was able to get my driver's license. And that was like the most exciting thing. My first driver's license. They're like, you can't smile. I was like, I'm sorry. So they took the picture like 3 times because I was like, oh man, I have a driver's license. I've never had this before.
That's not even gonna be good. That's gonna be way too hot. Both of Jose and I have known people who did not like undocumented immigrants at all. They need to know that Jose is undocumented because they believe XYZ about undocumented immigrants and they love Jose, you know? Once people like know someone who is undocumented, their whole like story kind of changes. And it just kind of like messes with their mind, you know?
We finally decided to apply for my visa. Because I was here after my 17th birthday and the way my parents came here, I have to go to Mexico to do things the right way. It's kind of weird because you have to go down there and everything that you've ever done in your life is being read over by one person, and that person gets to decide whether you're gonna be a good fit for the United States. But you've lived here your entire life. We want to be hopeful, but we're also having to plan for the no. And as soon as I cross into Mexico, that would automatically trigger a bar. You can't come back because you're here undocumented. If I don't get my green card, I have to wait a year before I can apply again. And I don't know what I'm gonna do in Mexico. Am I gonna have to close my business down for a year? What about the people that work there? What are they gonna do? For me not to be able to see my daughter every day for a year, or my wife every day for a year, is one of the scariest things. So we're hoping that it's a yes, but if it's a no, we have to cross that bridge when we get there. For them to provide you with a visa, you have to provide proof that it's going to be a hardship for your spouse if you are not allowed to come back. It's ridiculous that you have to prove that it's going to be a hardship. You've built this relationship with this person for the last 8 years, and it can be taken away in a snap. So these are all the papers that Haley and I have had to file over the last 3 years. We're trying to do things the right way, but it takes money. I think right now we've probably spent $10,000. So it's not inexpensive. It takes a lot of patience. We applied in 2016, right after we got married, for all of this, and we're still waiting for an interview date.
Well, with my position too at the mayor's office, I think just a lot more people will ask me about it. So many compassionate people in the city have come out to ask us, when I wouldn't even think about it. I'm just so work focused. And then they would stop me and they'd be like, hey, how are things? We have so much community support. Because I write in this blog actually that it's simple. I just said I love Jose. He's a great human, and it's that simple. I will be a warrior for him through and through, no matter what. And that makes me cry. Because I would do anything for him.